Hello everybody, my name is Boris and we starting new series about new architectures which are included in NVIDIA data centers, or more likely to say NVIDIA AI fabrics. And in comparison with the previous design, it has 6 new chips. The latest architecture for the GPUs was Blackwell, and now uh, it's Rubin, and for the CPUs it was Grace, and now it's Vera. It's named by the scientist which discovered the dark matter, and you can see we are in that color, obviously. And Vera CPU actually is inherited a Grace CPU, and it has 88 Olympus cores in comparison with the uh, Grace CPU, which has 72 cores. Blackwell architecture was inherited with the Rubin GPU, with obviously 50 petaflops of uh, peta floating point operations. Um and this is for the I think FP4 format, shorted format, and it uses high bandwidth memory 4. Also, new thing is NVLink Link 6 switch, single hop. It means probably GPU. It can have a connection 3600 gigabytes per second, and previously it was per one GPU. It can be connected and have a bandwidth of 1800 gigabytes per second, which means that NVLink Link 6 has doubled the flow rate of the bandwidth. And also some new chips which are enabling the data transfers in different directions. Among them, it is ConnectX 9, which inherited ConnectX 8, 800 gigabits per second, and previously per port, and previously it was 400 gigabits per second. Also, Bluefield 3 DPU is its successor is Bluefield 4. We see that here is also double the flow rate in probably in connection with the CX9, and also it is also mentioned 64C Grace CPU. And also there is Spectrum 6 Ethernet switch with this flow rate 102.4 terabits per second. And for now we will leave these things, and we will mention some of these which are, let's say, base core of the one node or nodes inside this AI factory or data center. So let's focus on the things which are easier to be resolved or talked about. Uh, we say that previous design of the CPU was ARM architecture, I think version 9, and here I think Vera is CPU version 9.2. ARM architecture, it is in both cases CPU cores are 64-bit cores, so in that perspective nothing has changed. But when we are talking about the cores, we see that in previous design it was 72 cores, V2 cores, and now we have Olympus cores, which is probably the new thing. And we have 88 of them, and it says it's custom, so probably some purpose-made core to be in advance for some new optimizations, I guess. Also, number of threads was the same, so one thread per core, and here we have double the thread um, in comparison with the core. So spatial multi-threading, it means space multi-threading. I'm not sure what this thing means exactly. Also, we have increase in L2 cache per core. It is 1 MB for the grace, but in new design it is 2 MB. It's doubled. Also, unified L3 cache probably, which is joint cache for all cores. Previously it was 114 MB, and now we have 162 MB. Memory bandwidth, but this is, let's not mix it with the GPU memory bandwidth. This is CPU memory bandwidth. It was 512 gigabytes per second for the old design, and for the new design it is 1.2 terabytes per second, which means it almost doubled. Memory bandwidth in sense of CPU, data flow, and the data flow which is CPU to, let's say, system cache. In previous design, it was possible to attach, let's say, 480 gigabytes of system DRAM, which is LPDDR5X, and the new design it is capable to attach 1.45 terabytes. Let's say the same cache. We see that we have tripled NVIDIA tripled the possibility to attach some memory, but the type of memory stayed same. Also, single instruction, multiple data, which means we didn't go through much too much through these things. Let's keep it like that. But the important thing is a single instruction, multiple data. We will see later what this means. NVLink chip to chip, it's now also doubled. In previous design for one chip, it was possibility to have a bandwidth, chip to chip bandwidth. In this type of link, chip to chip NVLink, which is different from the classical NVLink. We have a possibility for the Gray CPU to have bandwidth 900 gigabytes per second, and in new design it's doubled and it's 1.8 terabytes per second, or 1800 gigabytes per second, so it means the doubled. Also, we have PCI or CXL. In previous design, it was generation 5 PCIe connection, and now it's generation 6, and this they mention also CXL 3.1. I didn't catch up about this, but we will see what does it means. Confidential compute not applicable, and here it is supported probably. It means that it has some protection of data in when it computes some things, so it cannot be reachable for unwanted, let's say, not users, but interested parties. So this table represents the capabilities and comparison. They give this comparison about CPUs. They didn't put exact Grace, no, not Grace, but Rubin GPU, let's say, characteristics or design in full capacity, so we don't have adequate we don't have full or adequate comparison between the two generations, like Blackwell and Rubin. But when time comes, we will see how does it, does they do one in comparison to each other. So we see also that in this design they try to, let's say, double every characteristic uh, of the new design. Some places are like triple, like system memory, which can be attached. But obvious thing that they try to, let's say, artificially increase this doubleation of the Moore's law somehow through some finesse in design. And then we can go further. So yeah, that's it. We see that these comparisons, and also we have a new thing, and that's multi-threading per one core. So also this enables the increase in computational power of new architecture and the new units. I already told us that here is ARM v9, and here is ARM v9.2. So, and 64-bit. Okay, let's go further. Here we have the same thing we previously said, and we have closer look uh, to the chip design. Um, this is the repetition of the previous thing that was said, that 88 cores. NVLink chip to chip is doubled 1.8 terabytes per second. Also, yeah, this is the things that we memory bandwidth with 3 times higher capacity. So probably 3 times more. Probably they increase the lines, number of lines which are going and attached to this LPDDR5X. And we see that the generation of this DRAM stay the same. And the second generation NVIDIA SCF, deterministic low latency data movement. Okay. Maybe I mentioned somewhere, but data movement and good flow of data is also, let's say, main thing that NVIDIA uses for the CPUs and GPUs and their design, and everything they do actually they do in sense of good distribution of the work. So according to that philosophy of the design, they are we can see that data movement is in that prospect. It's very important for them. Also, let's check out a little bit the GPU, Rubin GPU design. They didn't say exact things about architecture, how they did it, what they did exactly, but we see that some things are drastically increased, like FP4 inference. So it is 5 times more than Blackwell, and training it's also 3.5 increase for the training in comparison with the Blackwell. We see that high bandwidth memory 4 is now used for Rubin GPU. They mention it in the development, but now it's completely in design. Also, we can say that